Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. I did a shorter video on this already, but I kind of wanted to expand on it and talk about it just a little bit in more depth and explain things a little bit better. So it's important to understand why postpartum recovery isn't just about your pelvic floor and what you really need instead. So if you're new here, I'm Jen and I'm Mom's Fit Life, and I work with active women, especially moms who want to get strong, feel good, stop dealing with things like leaking and pain or that nagging feeling in your body that just isn't back or where you want it to be postpartum and after pregnancies. Today, we are going to be diving into a super common issue that I see all the time. Postpartum recovery that focuses only on the pelvic floor and ignores everything else on your body. If you have done all the Kegels, maybe even worked with a pelvic floor PT, and you still don't feel strong, then this is a great place for you right now. Okay, so here's the thing. Pelvic floor PT can be amazing. Pelvic floor PT can be amazing. But if your therapist is only looking at your pelvic floor and only assessing it while you are laying on a table, they're actually kind of missing the way that your body works in real life. You're not living your life on your back. You're lifting strollers, carrying kids, loading groceries, running upstairs, maybe even trying to get back into running and lifting weights. And your pelvic floor doesn't work in isolation. It works with your rib cage, your diaphragm, your core, your glutes, your feet. It needs to react to movements you're doing during the day and within a single movement, within a single exercise. So just looking at it in isolation on your back without addressing those other pieces, it's like fixing a part of a machine when the whole system is out of sync. Okay, so let's talk about what pregnancy actually does to your body, because this is where so many moms get overlooked. Your posture changes, so your ribs might flare out to make room for baby. They might expand a little bit. Your lower back is going to arch. Your head is going to come forward. Your breathing changes. Everything gets pushed up. So you do a lot of breathing here. Okay. Your glutes can get weak or lost a little bit during pregnancy. Maybe your feet flatten out. Your pelvis may twist or feel unstable. Your nervous system becomes hypersensitive to movement and pain in certain areas. So if your recovery isn't addressing all of that and more, you might get temporary relief from symptoms, but the deeper dysfunction is still there. And that's why so many moms can feel so stuck. So, what should you do postpartum for recovery that will actually be good and helpful? Okay. So, yes, pelvic floor work can be great and should be included, but it needs to be in standing. It needs to be in movement. It needs to be in rotation, in real life positions. And a pelvic floor, the right pelvic floor PT can do that. Okay. You need an assessment of how your ribs move when you breathe. Do they move when you breathe? What about your legs sitting too far forward in the hip socket? Your shoulder mobility and how your upper body can help stabilize your core, sometimes to a detriment. Okay, sometimes it overcompensates to help stabilize the core, and we need to have that let go. Glute, foot strength, okay, because that's where you absorb your force with every step and the pelvic floor. And most importantly, how all these parts work together under load, not under load, during motion, not under motion, rotating forward and back, all of the things. Okay. So that is something that I do in my one-on-one coaching. We don't just strengthen muscles, we rebuild the way your body coordinates and supports you. That is what I do in my one-on-one coaching. We don't just strengthen muscles, we rebuild your body in a way that coordinates and supports you. We don't just strengthen muscles. That's important, but we rebuild the way your body coordinates and supports you. Okay, so that when you run and lift and carry or even just move through the day, you feel stronger, more stable, and your symptoms start to disappear. So we're taking that strength, and instead of just trying to do as many pull-ups and push-ups as you can, which if that's your goal, ultimately will get you there. We will, I promise. But let's rebuild that body using the strength to support you. So your posture isn't going to just get better by standing tall and holding your shoulders back. No, we actually need to do some exercise and strengthening in those positions to be able to hold that posture without even thinking about it, without locking things down that shouldn't be locked down. Okay. Now, maybe you're thinking that this sounds like a lot. Where do I even start? The truth is, you don't need a perfect program. You just need the right steps in the right order for your body. That is why I always start with an assessment in my one-on-one programs, and we look at everything. We look at symptoms, posture, breathing, movement patterns, and then we build a plan that you can actually follow, even if you only have 15 minutes a day. Okay, you deserve a recovery that reflects the full picture of your body, not just one piece of it. So after I do that assessment, we look at things like we take into account your symptoms, your issues, your pain, whatever your top priorities are. Okay, so we're going to look at kind of 3 areas. We're going to look at what's your biggest pain point, what's hurting, what's bothering you, why are you here, why did you seek me out? Then we're going to look at what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? What do you hope to get out of these sessions? And then I'm also going to look at the movement and the assessment and see what I can see. What seems most glaring and problematic from my professional eye. And then I take those 3 things, we wrap them up in a nice little ball, and you go, I can do this every single day for an hour, or I can do this 3 times a week for 30 minutes. And I come up with the best exercises that can fulfill those needs and still have you accomplish those goals. Okay. It is so important to understand too, that as we unravel some of this stuff, we start to see new things pop up. And all that kind of happened is one thing was so glaringly taking over that once we kind of ease that up, something else kind of shifts and starts to be like, hey, help me, please. I'm here too. Okay. So you may find some of that, but trust the process, trust your body. It will all start to even out and you will feel good. Okay. So if anything I shared today hit home for you, if you're tired of cookie cutter programs or being told that you need to just keep doing Kegels, then I'd love to help. You can check out the link in the description or send me an email at jen@momsfitlife.com to start one-on-one coaching with me, or DM me on Instagram with the word ready and I'll send you more info. Okay. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Hit like and subscribe if this was helpful, and I will see you guys very soon, and have a great rest of your Tuesday. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Button. Bye, guys.